And as I said, this is the June 26, 2024 meeting of the Newcastle Zoning Board of Appeals. Mr. Secretary?
The first case is Finizio, Michael and Marissa Finizio.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Philip Holland, I'm the architect assisting the owners, Michael and Marissa Finizio. In building a deck in their property. So they require a side yard variance. The property, the house, and it's located on the north-south axis, running lengthwise, length of the lot, so that it's a single-story house over a basement, and as a result, the living room faces the side yard boundary, property line, and then the bedrooms are to the back of the property. So we considered a few different locations, however, this is the most logical location as it's directly off the bedroom, off the living room, dining room, kitchen area. There is an existing patio at the front door, but really that's more of a landing. And then at the back there is a small patio that is off the basement. So we are proposing to reduce the side yard setback to 23 feet. It should be noted the property is also on a wetland, so we have reviewed the property with the Environmental Review Board. As part of the process, an existing basketball court on the property will be removed because it was built by prior owners.
I'm sorry, what was being removed?
A basketball court.
Oh, basketball.
And that was noted in some of the town reviews. So whilst we're applying for a setback, we will, the basketball court is 30 by 40 feet, so it's 1,200 square feet, so we will be reducing the coverage substantially on the lot, and currently that is within the side yard setback as well. Including some photos, so as you know, this house, as you come down Bellevue, you're actually facing the garage, so this will be to the left, and it's quite a nice location. It overlooks the wetland, which we've been able to get approval for. It's the deck will be on piers, posts, five posts, as well as a stair coming down, linking the deck to the driveway. And that will all fall in the 23 foot proposed setback.
Have you had any comment, pro or con, from any of the neighbors?
I believe that the neighbors adjacent are pro. They understand the unique situation, and I don't think there's any negative. No negative comments.
And the size of the deck, I'm sorry, I missed that, is?
It will be a total of 456 square feet, so it's about 16 by 24.
15 by 20?
16 by 24. It's limited to, it's basically limited to being in front of the living room area, because if it was to go out further back, there's bedrooms, and so it's sort of, and then the stair comes down, so it's natural shape that it wants to have, and also the 16, so good dimensions from a structural perspective, and it's not
Questions or comments from the board, any?
No.
Is there anybody in the room or online that would like to address this application? No, okay. In that case, I will move to close the public hearing.
I second the motion.
Chairman Giordina.
Aye.
Nolan.
Aye.
Ron Genzeg.
Aye.
Warren Gottlieb.
Aye.
Kathleen Darazan.
Chairman.
I'll make a motion. I'll make a motion that the application of Michael and Marissa Venezio for three variances with regard to building a deck. The deck itself, the required setback is 35 feet and the proposed is 23 feet, which requires a 12-foot variance. The stairs from the deck, the same setback is required as 35, they're proposing 24, which needs an 11-foot variance. And the walkway is also a 35-foot side yard setback. Proposed setback is 24, so they're requesting, 23 feet. And the requested variance would be 23 feet. And I'm gonna move that,
Requested variance is 12 feet less.
what's that?
Requested variance is
12, yeah, I said, I almost said 11, but I said 12.
Okay.
Thanks for the correction. And I will move that we approve this requested variance for the following reasons. The granting of the variance will not create an undesirable change to the character of the neighborhood. The benefit cannot be sought by any other means than granting this variance. This is not really a substantial variance in this particular instance, the requests are minimal. While this is a self-created hardship, the benefit to the applicant will far outweigh any perceived benefit, detriment to the town or the neighborhood. There have been no neighbors who speak in opposition to this variance request. And if you could provide us with, is the deck gonna be on piers or
It's
foundation?
gonna be on piers,
Do we need a survey on the piers, Tom? Or just an as-built?
An as-built, sir, please.
Okay, so if you could provide us with an as-built survey after construction, I move that we grant.
I second the motion.
Chairman Giordina.
Aye.
Mike Nolan.
Aye.
Ron Genzeg.
Aye.
Warren Gottlieb.
Aye.
Kathleen Darazan.
You have your variance, good luck.
Thank you.
I appreciate it, good evening, ladies.
Vanilla Fernandez.
Hello, my name is Louis Roan, I'm the architect for the Fernandez residence, and we are looking for a side yard variance for a two-car garage. So the garage is wider than, we're looking to go from 35-foot side yard variance down to a 26'9" side yard setback, excuse me. Size is 30 feet by 26.5 feet. It's a two-car garage, there's no living space involved. And we think it adds to the character of the neighborhood and is very neighborhood friendly in appearance.
Is there a garage now?
There is an existing one-car garage tucked under the house, but when the house was built, cars were smaller. You can't get any cars in there today. This is being built on the blacktop of the driveway, so we're not even adding impervious surface to the property.
And the garage is going to be one level or two? What's above the
Just
garage?
a little loft, like a little storage loft. There's like a ship ladder for like
Okay.
Christmas
No
decorations.
living space,
No living space,
no
no
office space.
office space,
Okay, no plumbing.
no plumbing. There's no plumbing in here at all. There's electricity for lights and
Of course,
you know,
we understand that, no problem.
but there's no plumbing.
Okay. And again, I'll ask you, have you heard anything from the neighbors pro or con with regard to this project?
No, it's been pretty much quiet, but they were notified.
The existing garage will remain a garage, the single,
Inside the house, we're kind of turning it into a closet. The room is going to, the garage is gonna get a little bit smaller, and they're enlarging their family room downstairs, and the garage itself is kinda gonna be a hallway slash closet where you can hang up your coat, take your shoes off kind of thing. It's literally that small.
Mhm. Forgive me if I'm duplicating myself, but did I ask you if any neighbors had any comments about this?
Yes, you did, and
I
no, they
did.
did not. It's okay.
Sorry about that. Okay,
It's
good.
your job to ask that question.
No, I know that, but still, I should have remembered, I'm trying to think of a couple things at once. Anybody on the board have any comments or questions about this application?
No.
No, okay, and anybody in the room, any comments, anybody online? No, okay. In that case, I move we close the public hearing.
I second the motion.
Chairman Giordino.
Aye.
Mike Nolan.
Aye.
Ron Genzeg.
Aye.
Warren Gottlieb.
Aye.
Kathleen Darazan.
Aye.
I can take it.
You wanna do that one?
Yep.
Okay.
I move that we grant a variance to Heather Pinella and Alex Fernandez for a 9-foot side yard variance for the construction of a 2-car garage. For the reasons being that they have a single car garage now, which is too small to be utilized for a car. They'll be building the garage on the driveway, so there'll be no increase of impervious surface. They'll be replacing the small garage. The garage itself will be 30 by 26.5 feet. The granting of the variance will not create an undesirable change in the character of the neighborhood or detriment to nearby properties. Benefits sought by the applicants cannot be achieved by any other feasible method, and they're using the best way to do it by building on the existing driveway, not creating more impervious surfaces as mentioned before. The requested variance is sizable but not too substantial. It will not have an adverse effect or impact on the physical and environmental conditions in the neighborhood. There are no neighbors present who have written in opposition or spoken to it. It is a self-created hardship, but the benefits created by this garage will certainly outweigh the hardship created. So I therefore, Tom, what do we need for?
Foundation survey, please.
Okay, we'll need a foundation survey, 6 months to start, 1 year to finish.
Okay,
Foundation survey will be prior to framing. You okay with that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Just so it's in the record.
okay, thank you very much.
We didn't vote yet.
I know.
I'll second the motion.
Chairman Giordino.
Aye.
Mike Nolan.
Aye.
Ron Genzeg.
Aye.
Warren Gottlieb.
Aye.
Kathleen Darazan.
Aye.
You have your variance, good luck.
Thank you very much.
Di Francesco?
Good evening, members of the board, chairman. My name is Steve Domofsky, I'm with Domofsky Architecture. My client bought a house on Circle Drive for himself, for his family. And the house definitely needs some renovations to it and a little expansion. He has 2 kids and his wife, so there's 4 people living in the house. So what we're proposing to do here is to there's an existing house there and there's a detached garage. The detached garage is about 5 feet away from the existing house, very, very close. So what we're looking to do in the garage, again, you guys probably hear this all the time, but the garage is very small, it doesn't fit cars in there, it's an open garage. So what we're looking to do is infill the gap between the existing house and the existing garage, and that new area is gonna become the garage, getting that extra 5 feet to make the garage usable as a 2-car garage. So what we're doing is we're lining up the proposed building with the existing garage. We're not coming any closer, well, we're coming slightly closer to the property line because of the angle of the property line itself in relation to the angle of the building. So we're about, just about a foot closer at the very tip of the garage, the front tip of it, than we are in the back. So we're trying to not increase the existing nonconformity to a point that makes the building usable, functionable, and respecting the setback, the side yard setback. The house proposed is gonna be a one-story house. There is gonna be space over the garage for an office, but it's like a half space, it's not a full height structure. It's a half story, almost like a Cape style house in height. You can see the area on the side where the neighbors are is a little bit lower than the main roof of the main house. We did study doing other things with the house and expanding. The difficulty was, the property comes to a narrow point over here and it just kind of squeezes us in a little bit over here. And my client wants to use as much of the house as possible and not disrupt the land. It's a beautiful piece of property. And we're also, again, similar to the previous applicant, we are building on existing asphalt, so we're not increasing our impervious surface and our stormwater management requirements, although we're probably gonna be putting in stormwater management here because of the age of the house, and we're not sure what's there. So that's it. I mean, again, we're just all the rest of the house in the building that's proposed is code compliant. It's just the total side yard setback that we're seeking the variance for.
Okay. Looks like quite a project.
It's hopefully gonna be nice, yeah.
Looks like it's a pretty good sized project. One question, other than the infill between the garage and the existing house, are you gonna change any of the footprint of the existing house, or are you gonna be building on the same footprint?
We're gonna be, the only thing is directly in the back of the house, we're extending the back of the house.
You are.
Yeah, again, the house right now it's a small house, the bedrooms were, they were probably like 10 by 10s. So we're just trying to give them a bigger area for the bedrooms and the living area, kitchen, and that just kind of pushed us on the back. If you notice on our site plan that it's the double cross hatched area, that's the addition in the back and the addition in the front, so on the side.
So the total square footage addition is, do you know what that is?
I don't have the exact number.
And you mentioned that this is existing non-conforming? Did you say that?
I'm not sure, it is going over the setback line right now, so the existing is 21 feet on the right side, it's about 20 on the left side, so it is existing non-conforming, but then we have 40 total, around 40, we gotta be up around 50. So we're aligning the proposed building with the existing structure.
Right, so the existing non-conforming, and you're consistent with the existing
Correct.
non-conformance.
Correct.
Any other questions or comments from the board?
Yes, sir.
Anybody in the room or online that would like to comment on this application? Nobody. Okay, good. I'll move to close the public hearing.
Second the motion.
Chairman Giordina.
Aye.
Mike Nolan.
Aye.
Ron Genzeg.
Aye.
Warren Gottlieb.
Aye.
Kathleen Darazan.
Aye.
Okay. I'll make a motion that the application of Anthony and Maria DiFrancisco for renovation to a legally existing non-conforming house on Circle Drive be approved for the following reasons. The existing house is old, and I've been there, decrepit.
There you go.
Is that okay?
That sounds about right, yes.
It's old and decrepit, it is
Yeah,
desperate need
yeah.
of help.
We could probably go on and on about it. It needs help.
Yep, I understand that. The only way that they could really make a livable house in today's modern standards is to complete the proposed addition that they are putting in front of us tonight. the granting of this variance will not create an undesirable change to the character of the neighborhood. There is no other method feasible other than the granting of the variance that will achieve the desired end. This is a somewhat substantial variance, but given the fact that it is in such dire need of help and it'll be a better match for the neighborhood when done, that should not be taken into consideration. There'll be no adverse effect on the physical or environmental conditions of the neighborhood. Again, this could be considered a self-created hardship. But again, the benefit to the homeowner obviously will far outweigh any perceived detriment to the neighborhood or the town, and my firm belief is there will be no detriment. You'll have to give us foundation surveys prior to framing for the additions you're going to be putting on, and then as-bills when you're finished, and you'll have 6 months to start and 1 year to finish. If you can meet those requirements, I move we grant.
She'll probably beat him.
I second the motion.
Chairman Giordina.
Aye.
Mike Nolan.
Aye.
Ron Genzeg.
Aye.
Warren Gottlieb.
Aye.
Kathleen Darazan.
Aye.
You have your variance, good luck.
Thank you, have a good night.
William and Ally Picarello.
The architect is on Zoom.
He's gonna be on Zoom?
Messenger. Yeah.
Sorry, was that Dunbo Drive you called?
Yes, Dunmore Drive.
Okay, sorry, I couldn't hear you, could just hear the rest of the paper.
Sorry.
Good evening, my name is Michael Messer, I'm an architect for, the Picarellas who own this property. I can share my screen to show you the site plan if you wish, or you have them on your desk, I'm sure. This is a house that, it's a one-story house built in the 1950s that we added a second story to in 2021. It's on a corner lot at Douglas and Dunbo. And just because of the arrangement of the house, here we go. So currently, when we did the second story addition, we did not add any footprint to the building. A little bit maybe here in the front porch, I think that those steps are new, but we didn't add anything, just because of the peculiarities of a corner lot. Douglas is the more major street, but the rear yard faces Douglas. If these two sides, the side and the rear yard were reversed, then the setback would only be 30 feet here, and we probably wouldn't be talking about this. But they are what they are. The rear yard is in the back here. And so what they'd like to do is add a deck that goes over the setback line by about, I think it's about 5 feet. Without looking at the paperwork, I don't know the exact number. But this is what they'd like to do. This dash line here is the setback line. So where 40 feet is required, we end up with 30'9". If we were to build this deck, actually in the initial project, the deck was in here, and we removed it from the first permit because it ended up being so narrow, it just wasn't functionally, it's just not functioning. It ended up being about 8'6" wide, which is not really enough to put a table and chairs and be able to walk past it. So this is what we're asking for, and that's it.
Okay. I really don't have any.
Just a question, the size of it's 12'6" by what?
Let me just double check on the, by 20 feet.
By 20.
So it's that's about 250 square feet.
And again, it was put there because Douglas, you don't wanna have it on Douglas, because Douglas being a main road, you wanna have it off Douglas.
Well, it's on the back of the house, so the house does face Dunbo.
Okay.
So it's off the kitchen. Here's the kitchen. You can see the little piece of the plan. So it's off the kitchen, which is a typical place to put one of these.
Okay.
Any other questions?
No.
Have you heard anything from your neighbors, pro or con
Yeah,
on this
question.
application?
Warren has a question.
Oh, Warren
Yeah,
has
I
a
just wanna
question.
clarify, did I hear you say you thought the required setback was 40? Cause I think it's 30.
Yeah, rear yard is 40
Oh.
in this particular zone.
Members of the board,
It's not
35 feet is the
30.
correct number.
No, it's
35.
35.
Okay, that's what I wanted to make sure.
Right, so the variance is 5 feet.
So it's a small variance, it's only 5 feet.
You're right, I'm sorry, I read the front yard one, it's 35.
Okay.
Front is 40, rear is 35.
Yeah, so it's 35, we're asking for 30'9", so we're, whatever that is, 4 or 3 inches over.
Anybody in the room, and there's not many left, have any comment on this application? You're on deck. Anybody online have any comment on this application? No. Okay, I'm okay with it too. I move we close the public hearing.
I second the motion.
Chairman Giordina.
Aye.
Mike Nolan.
Aye.
Ron Genzeg.
Aye.
Warren Gottlieb.
Aye.
Kathleen Darazan.
Aye.
Okay, I'll make the motion.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. I make a motion that we grant a rear yard variance to William and Allison Picarella. At 2 Dunbow Drive. The house was built in 1950. Is the house, is it non-conforming existing?
No, I think you confirmed.
Okay. They had put in one addition in the last 5 or so years. It's a corner lot. The deck that they're looking to construct would be too narrow without this requested variance. So the granting of the variance will not create an undesirable change in the character in the neighborhood or detriment to nearby properties. The benefits sought by applicants cannot be achieved since it is a corner lot and this would be off the kitchen and there are many other places it could be put. The requested variance is not substantial, it's 5 feet. It will not have an adverse effect or impact on the physical and environmental conditions in the neighborhood. There is no one present or writing in opposition to it, and while it's a self-created hardship, the benefit of the outside living area will certainly outweigh the hardship created. I therefore move we grant the variance with 6 months to start, year to finish, and we need a
Final as-built.
final as-built. We need a final as-built.
I'll second that.
Chairman Giordina.
Aye.
Mike Nolan.
Aye.
Ron Genzeg.
Aye.
Warren Gottlieb.
Aye.
Kathleen Darazan.
Aye.
You have your variance, good luck.
Great, thank you very much, good night.
You're welcome. We have approval of minutes of the May 29th meeting minutes. I move we approve them.
I second the motion.
Chairman Giordina.
Aye.
Mike Nolan.
Aye.
Ron Genzeg.
Aye.
Warren Gottlieb.
Aye.
Kathleen Darazan.
Aye.
Adjournment is in order and I move we adjourn.
I second that motion.
We're off.